Alright chaps, I know it's been a while. For all you 4 subscribers I have, I know you're wondering where I've been. Answer is, I've just been busy really. That's about it. But I got a new computer, I got my bonus in work, so I got a kick-ass new computer to handle all my hardcore projects I'm planning on working on, and I have a spare room in my house that I really wasn't using for anything, so I've set that up as like an office. It's actually quite cool in here now. I've got a nice desk, got my dope PC, got a really comfy chair, so, you know, it's pretty good. So, I've been working on this Pulse application for a while now, and I thought I would just do a short kind of update about my plans, what I'm going to be working on, and, you know, mess about with it, because it's quite fun to just play with. This is going to sort of be a demo, but not really, because, well, I'm just going to be messing about. So, yeah. This is basically like a music like video generation tool. Basically you import an audio file, which I haven't done, and then you can create visual graphics for it and animate them. It's pretty cool. Made it for one of my friends because he's releasing music and he wants some dope looking videos, so I was like, I'll write a bit of software, and here it is. I did a video on it a while back, but it was super low tech then. Now it's next level. So yeah, just gonna play with it. I'm not really gonna be working on it for a while, because I want to move on to, now that I've got my new PC, which really is a beast. It's check this out. If I go, how do you do this? Properties, system, 8 core, dope ass Ryzen 7, which is pretty kick ass. It's only got 16 gig RAM, that's not great. But yeah, got it from pcspecialist.co.uk. That's kind of lame how they put that in there, what the hell. But yeah, I got this because it's supposed to be a heavy duty processor, and I'm going to be working on making my AI again. I've been holding off on it for a while just because I haven't had a good setup to really be able to concentrate on it, so I've just been dicking about making this program basically. But I want to get back into my AI stuff now, and I figure I've got a nice setup. I've got a nice machine, and I've got the time, basically. So I'm looking forward to it. Should be pretty good. So I think first I'm gonna create a kinda another introduction video, because I know I had my plan for what I was gonna do with my AI by January. That kind of fell through, which was unfortunate, but you know, you do what you can. So I'll release a new plan, probably, so I can be like, this is what I plan to do, now that I've actually had time to think about it. And even though I haven't been working on my AI, I have been thinking about it quite a lot, which is always cool. I've been having a lot this is pretty fun to play with. I've been having a lot of ideas about how to implement some of the stuff I was stuck on. I think maybe taking a break for a while was actually quite a good idea. Currently I'm just messing about with the settings in this thing. You can do some pretty cool things where you can okay, that's not that cool. That's pretty cool. I just like playing with this. I like this one. Damage. It's a bit extreme, but if you just have it on a little bit, then it's pretty cool, you know? It's a cool little effect. So I like playing with damage. It's pretty neat. Usually don't want it too high though. It's all about tweaking this kind of stuff. Yeah, so I want to do like a new, like I guess where did I get to? Where am I going now? Kind of option. Video even. I was looking for an option, but it's not in this build. On my AI, and I think that'll be pretty neat. And then I'm going to get back into doing the updates. I was thinking about renaming my channel because Max Scarf, which obviously is what it is now, was originally for gaming. And I want something a bit more related to what I'm doing. Max Scarf was actually related to what I was doing at the time, if you can believe that. I was playing a game called Journey, and I was streaming it. And I was trying to, each time you get like a hidden collectible in that game, your scarf on your character grows longer, and it was my quest to get the maximum length scarf. So the name made sense. But you know, it's a bit old hat now, considering I'm not really playing with that anymore. So yeah, I want to come up with something new. It's just a case of finding something new. I'll play about with I like playing about with this one. Let's see. Stop animating. Let's make this red and purple. Let's blend them. So yeah, I'm thinking about renaming my channel. Maybe making a cool logo. I've got Photoshop on the go again nowadays, so that might be cool. That's not really working, is it? I don't want it just red though. I'll try red and yellow. Yeah, that looks alright. Maybe if I rainbow it a bit. Try and get the yellow in the centre. There we go. I'm hoping I can get something cool going on here. This is my prism. So with this, you can do all sorts of crazy shit. I'll, let's see. If I add an effect to that, I want to do the prism shape, and I want it to go from 0 to the end, basically. There we go. So that's gonna start over here, and it's gonna end over here. You see it starts doing some crazy stuff now. But if I full screen that, this isn't actually my latest build, but it works fine. Get to see some cool little patterns. And yeah. So for my AI, I'm gonna actually do a proper design video now that I've been thinking about it for a while. I'm gonna put together like the basic architecture. That's what it'd be called, like an architecture diagram, where I'm gonna show basically what kind of structure it'll have. It's going to be a series of microservices, all doing their own little parts. I've got it split up into like 3 layers of memory, like sensory memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. But I'll go into that in more detail in in the next video. This one's just basically me messing about. What else can we do? We can start playing with this stuff. If you eclipse the spiral, it starts looking really crazy. You start getting some really weird stuff going on. That's not that weird. But if I do that, you know what, I'll get rid of this. I just want to play with this for now. Now, starts looking a bit crazier. It's not actually any crazier, it just looks crazier. It's the exact same amount of rendering. Can increase the amount of layers. Might kill my frame rate if I put it too high. But let's find out. Let's really ramp things up and see what it does. Seems to be performing okay for now. I like messing with this stuff just because it looks totally awesome. I think my spiral is the best thing I've invented on this. It really looks pretty cool. Especially if I lower it back to the beginning of its shape. And then I hit play. You can see it start building up. I think if I mess with the eclipse, I can do things like that. They start to kill the processor a bit just because I've got the amount of layers up. If I bring it down a bit, there we go. Then we can start playing with the eclipse. Maybe give it a bit more vertical. Now I've got this crazy ass thing. And you know, I'm pretty pleased with this software. The basic idea is that you can build up a bunch of these objects and then you can configure your beats per minute here, and then you can start adding stuff. You can also do audio effects, but I haven't got an audio track loaded, so you'll just have to use your imagination for that one. But basically, if I go like damage, and then I give it like a point there, and a point there, and a point there, and a point there, and a point there, point there. You can go a bit further down, and then point there, point there. Right, super basic. You'll see that it applies the effect. Maybe if I change it to eclipse instead of damage, it'll be a bit more obvious what it's doing. I like playing with this stuff. So you can take any of these sliders and you can automate them using this. So you can do it with rainbow. You see, I need to add something for looping this, but honestly I want to get to work on my AI, so I'm not doing anything more to it. It is off the table for now, I think. Maybe I could do it to solid. You can't really tell with solid, you know what, I'll just delete that one. What solid does, well, you might be able to see. It just fills in the shape. You know? Makes it a bit less of like a, well, makes it more solid, I guess. See here, it's made up of lines. See here, it's solid. It's actually made up of panels, but if you don't think about that, that's fine. I'm actually going to turn down the eclipse on it a bit. I like less of an eclipse, so I can get these cool kind of things going on. If you totally flip it, it looks a bit rubbish, especially when it's solid. Here it starts, freaking out. But what I can do, this is the other thing, spiral damage. This is like a special thing I added, where you can click spiral damage and it will really freak out. And this is where you start getting your really cool stuff. If I centralize it all again, right, there we go. Now you can see it with the spiral damage on. Spiral damage, I basically took my spiral formula and I broke it. I intentionally introduced a bug, but it gives it a pretty cool effect. It's a bit more fluid, and the cool thing is when you have spiral damage and you turn on a bit of regular damage, you get this effect, which I really like. It's like it looks like crayon almost, It's pretty neat. Not quite as understandable as some things. But what I like is, you'll notice in a sec when it reaches back to being like the singular line, you'll see what I mean. It does this really cool effect where it like warps itself. Like here, it looks really cool. I think it looks awesome. I designed a logo once around that. I like this. It's like a bit of flame. Then it builds out into its big spiral again. So this is probably my favourite effect. If I add a blue to that, and I add dark blue, and I add a green, and I remove the red, I remove the yellow. These two are my colours. These are my CCAT colours. Well, not exactly, but close enough. So you start getting some pretty neat effects going on. And what this looks like if I solid it up. It still keeps a lot of its original form, you see. So you have to kind of tweak it as you see fit, almost. If I bring the starting thing up to like here, maybe, like here, and I full screen it, let's see what this looks like. See how well it runs. It might totally kill my machine, but we'll see. It also might not. Normally I'd say it wouldn't because this machine's a beast, but the recording software that I'm using currently is a bit terrible. But I'm using it to try and fix an issue with my mic, so really I just need to buy a new mic, which I might do tomorrow. We'll see. See how cheap I can get a mic. See, it's starting to kill the frame rate already. It's unfortunate. But that's just my recording software, so I'm not too fussed about that. And for the purposes I'm using it for, it's really not too much of an issue. So that's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool by itself when it's not even like that. I'm trying to replicate this effect in all my other shapes because I think it's an amazing effect. The other thing I can do is I can add images. So if I go to my desktop maybe, and I go to like maybe No. You know what? SVG images. What's a good SVG image? Oh, I could try the yin yang. So you can load SVG images onto my software. It's a bit sketchy. I'll try Batman as well. This will be a good test. I know the SVG functionality works, but sometimes, Jesus Christ, sometimes it doesn't really play ball. But we'll see. I meant for this to be a short video, but I'm having a lot of fun playing this. So, what else could I do? Che Guevara, no thanks. You know what, those two will do. We have two SVGs. So now, if I go to my desktop, let's try yin yang. There we go. Now we have our yin yang. We can add some colours to it. That's already looking pretty crazy. Well, the damage makes it super crazy. But you know, that is technically a yin yang. If we eclipse it, you can see we start getting this kind of effect. The eclipse is actually looking pretty cool on the yin yang. So sometimes multiply it with the 3D ones. With like the SVGs, you have to tone down the multiplication a bit because it does murder things, but I think it's alright. Then you can start doing this stuff again. You can start protruding things. I guess for a yin yang, I could do black and white. Add colour, white, add colour. I don't really want to do black and white, I'll do red and white. Let's see if I max eclipse it, then you can start doing this. So, yeah. The yin yang looked alright. Nah, this is rubbish. Let's go back to blue and green. I like blue and green, it's a good combo. Then, maybe what happens if we make it solid? Ah, interesting. So it fills in half of it. Doof, 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 doof. See, this is surprisingly fun. It's fun to play with. I'm not sure how functional it is. I guess I'll see what my friend can do with it. I'm not very artistically minded, let's say. But I know how to code. And this is a pretty fun, like, playground, you know. What was the other one I downloaded? Skull and Crossbones with, like, oh, I see. See, the vector loading's a bit weird. It makes it look like he's wearing shades. Which is fine. Let's make him red. See what he looks like. He looks alright, apart from his head being cut in two. See what I mean about the SVGs being a bit iffy though. They don't necessarily play ball. Normally they do. It's just sometimes I haven't. I've been quite lazy with my SVG writing code, but that's fine. That's fine. Skull and crossbones sucks. You know what? Yin Yang's fine. Put a bit of damage on it. Hit play. And they have a vibrating Yin Yang. Bet you didn't think you'd see that today. Neither did I. But here we are. Yeah, I think that's it. So I'm going to be doing normal updates from now on, hopefully. Now that I've got my setup, I guess we'll just see. One a day is what I'm planning, but that might be a bit extreme. I'm not going to make any promises on that. Plus I don't even know if anyone's going to be watching stuff. But I'm going to do it anyway. I ain't doing it for other people, I'm doing it for me. Other people are just cool, if they are interested. So, with that, I think I will say peace out. And, yeah. See what I come up with tomorrow. Hopefully something cool. Adios.